So thank you everyone and good day. Just stay tuned. Today we're going to discuss more about the OscarSwap and be winner. So yeah, just get ready everyone. Just let in. Hello sir. Good day. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello. I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. So just to wait a bit. I think then it can start. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. Take your time.
Okay, so I just want to thanks everyone like for having here, and this is Wise Crypto, your favorite crypto space. And today we're going to discuss more about the OscarSwap, which is decentralized that operates on the Arbitrum network and also utilizing automated market maker technology. But we will know more about to our honorable guest. So first of all, could you sir introduce yourself a little bit and also your experiences in crypto space?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm actually really excited to be here. It's a little early in the morning for me, so this is my first AMA of the day, so I'm real fresh and ready to talk. So basically, me in the space, I've been like I've said many times, I've educated myself for quite some time. Basically, when Ethereum and Litecoin kind of got introduced into market, I started really catching my eye. I didn't really get an investment or trying to mine or do any of that in the beginning. I was just educating myself on the technology. I had a lot of my investments in the real world and banking and bonds and CDs. And so eventually I was real tired of not really having an excitement in my investments. And, you know, you kind of just put it away and you'd forget about it. And it's something like from 50 years from now, you kind of pull out and touch or make, unless you were like adjusting your CDs, you know, you really didn't have much action. And right before the last bull run, I kind of got into it a little bit more but on the centralized side. Didn't really get into DeFi and the wallets, but I was still learning a lot and understanding how, you know, the crypto market is and how it's different than regular investments and also the volatility and risk. Well, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to dive into the degen side. And I took some money and started kind of just, you know, learning and testing the system. I lost most of it, if not all of it, but it was actually valuable knowledge because I was teaching myself how to use the wallets properly. Not, you know, like there wasn't many YouTube videos out. A lot of people don't want to spend the time to sit there and teach you everything you needed to know, especially with me. I'd ask thousands of questions about it because I wanted to learn. Eventually, I learned on my own, you know, by trial and error and using it, and a few questions here and there. And then over about a year or so, I seen a lot of issues in the DeFi scene, and that's kind of where we kind of came into, or I and the OscarSwap project kind of came up to existence. Is it needed something in the space that was different than what was available. And I'm not taught about, oh, like we're doing everything, you know, super different. But the problem is that the way it was done had so many different little holes or little disadvantages to the project that and would end up catching up to it and cause it more issues in the end. And that's what a lot of them failed. So I designed a product and platform that hopefully will be self-sustained with no issues, with great yields. And basically, I was trying to band-aid all the holes from before, figure out those issues that were there, that were underlying to the platform, and really bring something that can bring real, true liquid yield. That's kind of like what the whole Oscar platform is about: is bringing rewards to the investment or to the investor. I'm sorry, because like I always been preaching, especially in my last AMAs, that you cannot expect to be rewarded if you're not rewarding your investors in your community. So if you're rewarded, then I will get rewarded, and so it's like a good ecosystem back and forth.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Happy to know about yourself and also a little bit about your project. So I can say like Oscar Shop is one shop solution for the trading, earning, and also the crypto investors. So how can you say that actually? Like, what are the reasons, and also what can people do through your platform?
Okay, so what's great about when we state that is a lot of times when you go to any other platform for your DEX needs, they have a lot of features, but they don't have the basic core features that every project that's a DEX that wants to be the king of DEXs needs to have. That includes like obviously they have swap and they have staking and they have farming, but not a lot of times they have a bridge, right? And then when the ones that do have a bridge, a lot of times it's not very efficient in my eyes. I end up using a third-party bridge. So we went and designed the platform with all of the same swap, stake, farm. And we also have some type of what we call premier staking and a couple other little things that's going to set us aside when we do our staking to allow just more flexibility to your investments in your portfolio. But like I was saying about the bridge is very efficient, wormhole bridge, all up to date, runs very smooth. I've tested it, and that's what I actually very much like. Is I have so much different coinage all over different parts of different chains, and being able to utilize our bridge to bring all of it into one is very helpful. And we support many chains, all of the major ones, and more to be added. And then one major thing is our mobile app. All these other DEXs don't have a mobile app. We were looking at some of the issues with today's DeFi and being able to have fast, accessible features in your hand, in your wallet, or in your phone that you just hook your wallet up to it, and being able to do all the same things you can do on the internet platform, but safer because it's in a reviewed and backed and checked app versus the internet, which is constantly having updates that has holes and like all those little extension hacks that happened a few months ago. So we wanted to have a way that we can allow you to have the bank of all your features in the palm of your hand, in your pocket, because there's a lot of phones out there, but not all phones have great bandwidth also for reaching the internet. And a lot of times the internet website uses up way more bandwidth, and it'll be real slow. But with an app, it already has Google's backed servers, and it uses the lowest bandwidth necessary to run that app. So it allows you to really functionally have your tokens or all of your investments easily accessible right there in your hand. So those are some of the main features that we have that sets us apart from other DEXs.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That's cool. So yeah, as Sir said, like the significant features that is, they have the users do stake Oscar token in the auto compound is taking pool and also are 100% of the generating revenue. Yeah, that's really cool. So like, could you say more about your like how could people actually generate their revenue system? How can they stake? And also, is there any kind of staking pool available so far?
Okay, so staking and like in our yield farm, that's the entire like bread and butter of how you come into the system, right? So you're gonna come in, you're gonna swap and get some Oscar tokens and some ETH, and you're like, what do I do? So you can stake in our staking platform. And we have two different types of staking. We have like the premier staking, which are like blue chip state rewards, and allow you to stake very different assets in order to achieve your investment from your staking. So we're not just going to have Oscar staking. We have other blue chip staking, so you can your USDC, USDT, all can be staked into the platform. But those will have different features to it, which allow they don't have auto compounding on. That's the only thing on the blue chips. But on the regular OscarSwap side staking will have auto compounding, and then you transition to your or your yield farming. When you pair your tokens together, obviously to make a farm, you like most DEXs, you use a 50-50 weight to your tokens, and when you usually enter a yield, you only get 2 rewards. Well, you get your LP fee and then you usually get 2 tokens. Well, we are actually offering 3 tokens. So not only are 100% of the protocol fees from the farming and staking going right back into the farming and staking, but you're also getting 3 tokens. You're getting your OscarSwap token, your ETH token, and you're also getting a stable token, which allows for a lot less sell pressure on OscarSwap. Why? Because the staking is very lucrative. We want to make that incentivize the lockup, because that's the longevity of the platform. If you lock it up for longer, it's a semi-deflationary tactic, because if it's locked up in a lock-in staking, or even if it's in the adjustable, it's still a lot less sell pressure, because lots of people, if you're going to stake, you're not going to pull it out extremely early to sell. It's just you end up wasting your own money and time and fees. So it kind of gives you that little bit of cadence for the OscarSwap token to not be as volatile, especially in the beginning, right? So you're going to stake that. You're still going to have 2 other rewards that are really great and better rewards if you were going to take profit anyways, because a stable coin has the lowest fees for swapping and slippage and whatnot. When you go to commit the transaction, it's always the lowest. So I always recommend, when I do make big sells or I do anything big, is I transfer the amount into a stable and sell my stables, because like I was saying, stable has lowest fee, right? So that allows you to generate your income still while not feeling like you have to sell or give sell pressure to the OscarSwap token. And then with a amount of decent APYs that we're going to be having, you can do what I call APY chasing. So your rewards, you're going to be able to take your rewards and put it in different of those yield farms to maximize the growth of it, of what you're trying to achieve in your yield farms. And there, we also have other little things that like a lockable staking, where you can lock for a longer time, which is going to yield a way higher return. And so, and there's a lot of other features that we're implementing here soon to that whole yield farming system. And then we also have expansion coming with partnerships and all that. We're going to be having plenty more pools and farms and ways to incentivize our investors for long term.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. So people like they have the verified profit returns, like their Oscar tokens significant utilities like they enable users to earn tangible and liquid cryptocurrencies generated by the protocol itself,
Yep.
and getting Oscar swap apart for the other decentralized exchanges. So
Yeah.
sir, I
And
just want
then
to know, right? Yeah, yeah, go on.
there's also a small performance fee too when you're staking and farming, which all goes right back in to the farms and pools. So it's just a constant deflationary aspect. 1% is bought back and burned with any position in. So it's constantly lowering the price, and we have a regulated supply. So it's going to be very it's going to be very scarce in the beginning, and it's going to make it to where the APYs and the value of the platform is going to be held and sustained for a very long time. At least that's the way we modeled it out.
Ah, yeah, yeah. And also, like I can say, with the help of Arbitrum layer 2, user can benefit from the reduce the gas fees and also coupled with the lowest swap fees offered by the swap. So yeah, there's amazing people like you're getting low fees. And also to know more, people just visit their website, read out their all kind of documentation, and also know more about Oscar Swap. So I just want to know right now, like, could you say more about your upcoming pre-sale? I saw in your website it's in just going to be in 2 days. So could you say more about it?
Yes. So on May 30th at 1600 UTC, we will have our fair launch. Um, We minted 15% of our total supply for that. 3% of it will go to the pre-sale, 2.5% for liquidity. I think it's around 60% for liquidity. And then 30% of that will go into marketing and our treasury fund that we have built. And that's a unique thing I could touch on here in a sec too, that we have implemented in our smart contract. And it's on Pink Cell, the Arbitrum network. And then it's a 50 Ethereum soft cap, and then there's no hard cap until the 24 hours or so is over. And then we will be launching soon after that. I believe 24 hours after that. That's the plan, if everything goes
Okay. And
smooth.
also, like, uh, can anyone buy the token or the whitelisted can be available to buy these?
It's open. As soon as it goes live, anybody that has the ability to invest and know how to can get right on that platform and invest. We're not holding it back. We want it open to everybody. We want, like we say it and we advertise it, all over. This is not an exchange for us, and not a decentralized exchange for us. It's a decentralized exchange for everybody. We want everybody to have the same option to come in and to utilize the platform and to set up passive income and be able to enjoy rewards passively.
Okay, yeah. So people just keep on your eyes and also take part on their pre-sale on the Pancake Sale Swap and also buy that token and also grab the opportunity to be owner of the Swap token. Yeah, thank you. So could you say like what are the liquidity pools and also how can and also how can offer the liquidity on Oscar Swap?
Well, it's just like every other DEX. When you go to the swap section, you can go to liquidity and you can add liquidity pairs to anything you want to, pair. And through our automatic market maker and the way we design it, you'll, obviously earn fees. And then what's great about your LP that you're earning and the fees that you're earning is you're getting generated by the 100% protocol fees that are coming in. So you're not just getting regular amount of fees when you, I don't know, I've done LP farming with plenty of places, or not the farm, but just add an LP, support the project. But you know, it always gives me a calculator how much I'm going to earn. I never feel like I earn that. And that's why, because most of the actual fees that come in don't go to you. They go straight back into the platform and other places. And we wanted to change that, because like I said, if you feel like you're actually being rewarded and you're actually making money and you're actually feeling much more that this is more for you and built for you, then you're going to want to spend your time and your effort trying to stay in the platform, trying to maximize your earning, which in turn only is going to help your next investor that's in the platform, your community member, and it's going to help us. It's an ecosystem, like I was saying, and a lot of people don't realize that if you don't have a balanced ecosystem, it will not function. If you can balance your ecosystem between your project, your investors, and yourself, you can have a functioning company that will be long lasting.
Okay, yeah, got it, got it. So like user can provide the liquidity to pools and also earn the
Yes,
liquidity pool tokens as a proof of the providing liquidity by depositing funds into the pool, such as Oscar token or Ethereum. So could you say
yes.
some of your fees, like
Yeah, we have zero taxes on our token. So how we generate any like fees or how we bring the money back into the project to keep sustain is through our swap and the performance fees from our staking and the yield farm, in which the yield farm and staking goes right back into the LP, the stakers, and the farmers. So that's how they sustain. So the performance fees and all that's coming from there is mainly for the project. Now, when you swap, there is a small percentage goes to the team, but most of it, I believe it's 0.2%, goes right back into the project, and only a 0.02 goes to the team, and then 0.08 goes to our insurance fund. And that I could touch on too if you'd like right now. And that the insurance fund is mainly set up to help protect investors from the early stage and later on. So one thing we notice is that a lot of times you have a great functioning project, but as it's growing, those holes that we was talking about start to get noticed, right? And they don't have any type of backing for something that happens. And that's what we want to do. We want to have this insurance fund to back our investors, basically saying we're here for the long term. If something happens, we're not just going to run because the platform failed or some hack came in or some new exploit was discovered, because that happens all the time. And we wanted to have something to give our investors a little bit of relief to know that if something does happen, we're going to be there to either reimburse or prop up the platform to make sure the platform has a stable price if it's being manipulated, and then tackle the issue. We have made every bit of security and like kind of more like safe environment for our investors to, at least from the very beginning, with 2 audits and the KYC before we even launched the product, just to show security there, and then the safety with the security with the treasury fund for the insurance allows much more safety for when you're coming in and when you're here for the long term, because that's the last thing I want you to do is put your money in for long term and then bad stuff to happen. I've secured the heck out of my platform. I've tested it, and it should be 100% glad to go for a long term.
oh yeah, yeah, thank you for the clarification. So their aim is to keep the fees as low as possible while providing the attractive rewards to the liquidity providers, and also I think this strategy like is circular to the ensuring and also the long-term visibility, stability of the decentralized exchanges. So best wishes to your project. So before going to the live segment, could you say some of your future plan?
So I love talking about my future plans. So OscarSwap is designed and developed to be a long-lasting project, like I've obviously said multiple times now. But how I designed that was by making strategic partnerships before and after. Now I haven't solidified all of the partnerships that I want, but the partnerships that we've been solidifying were actually not just regular hack growth style thing. We actually are utilizing some of their products in our platform to not just give more features, but actually add to the features we already have. And I can mention a little bit. I can't mention the projects that we haven't fully signed on yet to partner, but I can tell you a little bit about the features that that's going to offer. So limit orders, derivatives, concentrated liquidity, at way more enhanced features. So we already have stuff in our platform. If you get really deep into our contract, and read about it. And you can even read it in our white papers about how we use more advanced versions of features in our automatic market maker, like our position manager, and so that when the price influx is never, it's always negligible. It's never going to actually hurt you. It's always going to be relatively real time. And so those are the features that we already had. And then we were like, well, we need to add some more of the actual features that are going to give more control to the actual investor. So with concentrated liquidity comes with limited orders, or being in and out of a range, so that once the token gets out of range, or the LP farm gets out of range, it doesn't continue impeding loss anymore because of the new features with concentrated liquidity. So there's a lot of new stuff that's coming out that's really, really, really bullish, especially to Arbitrum platform. And we also have a couple sexes that we already have processed with. So once we launch and everything's successful, we're ready to add tokens and liquidity to the centralized exchanges, we'll be moving quickly there. So not just development, but we're also looking at for long-term stability of the actual investors side of things too. So that's development on all fronts right now. And then partnerships. I've been in talks with probably 10 to 15 projects just the last few days to partner with, and there's a lot more to come. And I like I was saying, I have meetings every day, and I enjoy this and I love doing it. So there's a bunch of more development, a bunch more news coming. But I think the most bullish of my news is the limited orders and derivatives coming. If we can add more stuff like that, leverage, trading, it's the future of DeFi.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, sir, for answering all the questions. So, and also people to know more, you can visit OscarSwap.com, and also you can check it out our Wise Crypto community on our Telegram group. Then you'll find there are all kind of social link. And also people don't forget to take part on their pre-sale within just 2 days. So just be ready, and also uh, grab the opportunity to buy in their project token. So, sir, I'm going to take some questions from the community. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm always ready.
Okay, so people make a request so that I can choose someone. I can see here is Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, I am audible.
Yeah, ask a question, please.
My question, what are the benefits of utilizing OscarSwap's decentralized exchange on the Arbitrum network for passive income seekers? And how does the fee structure work on OscarSwap, and what incentives are provided to liquidity providers and stakers?
Well, I kind of just covered that in my last section, but I can give a little tiny overview on it. The fee structure, like I was saying, is mainly the swap. The swap is where all our fee structure is that's going to be impactful to the platform, right? But then there's also fee structures that are in the staking and the farming and the yields, but that all goes right back in to the staking, farming, and yield. So those fees are just paying yourself your own sustainability for the short term. And then as people take in and out position, so when I come into an LP, I'm going to get a 0.25% fee, and then when I actually remove, I'm also going to get a 0.25 or 0.32% takeout fee, and that's all broke down in order to keep the longevity of the entire platform. And so it would be like if my take-in position would be 0.25% would be 0.02 or 0.05% for LP, 0.02 for the team, 0.08 for the treasury, and 0.1 for the staking farms. And when you take out, it would be 0.02 for staking, 0.05 for the LP rewards, and 0.25 for the treasury fund. And once the treasury fund, or the not treasury, sorry, the 0.25% for the insurance fund. Once the insurance fund reaches its max threshold, which we will have that calculated once we launch, because it's dependent on the percentage of what we get for liquidity. And that's how we calculate how much we need for minimum for our insurance fund. Everything past that gets put into our weekly buyback and burn automatically set aside. So when people are taking out that 0.25% of that goes in the insurance fund, once that's capped out, it's all going to go to a deflationary act every week. Going to be burned. So we have the 1% for the staking, and we also have that going on for the buyback and burn. So it's constantly raising the floor, lowering the supply, and giving all the rewards back to you guys.
Okay,
Thank you,
yeah,
sir. I wish you good luck.
Thank
yeah.
you. I
Thank you,
appreciate it. Thank you for support.
thank you, Daniel, for your question. So the next one is Alpha. Hello, Alpha.
Hello.
Yeah, Alpha, ask your question, please.
So my question is, how does OscarSwap simplify the process of transferring assets between different blockchain network?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. He said simplify what?
How does OscarSwap simplify the process of transferring assets between different blockchain network?
So I got some of it. Did you catch that by chance, Wise?
No, no.
Could you
So,
repeat my
Alpha.
question?
Yeah,
Like,
Alpha, could you please repeat your question once again?
Okay. So, how does OscarSwap simplify the process of transferring assets between different blockchain network?
oh, okay, I got it. Yep. It was funny. I was getting a weird cutout when you were speaking. Okay, I got it. So, like I was saying, we have our bridge, right? Which we're using the most sophisticated and most up to date, secure bridge, the wormhole bridge, right now, and which allow us to being able to simply transfer any asset from any of the major blockchains like Polygon, Phantom. Sorry, I'm getting a little something stuck in my throat from talking. Oh, that's better. But no, so we have a bridge that has all the major platform or the chains on that platform. So I can Polygon, I have Phantom, BNB, Ethereum, Optimism, like just all the major stuff that you're going to be playing in anyways. If you want to come and utilize the Arbitrum, you can come right there easily on our platform online through the Web3 DApps on your on your wallets or through our mobile app. Either way, you can do it and you can bridge, and it's available and it's fast and it's efficient. And sorry, for some reason I cannot talk. But yeah, that's how I would say we have a very functioning, fast, and efficient bridge, and that's how you bring any assets from any other exchanges over there. And that's how you simplify it, because if not, before the bridges were so simplified, you'd have to go and send things to a whole different, platform. Well, everything is integrated and simplified in one platform. So once you are done with your bridging, you can go right away to utilizing the swap and the farm and the staking, however you'd like.
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Alpha, for your question. So, and also stay tuned, take part on the pre-sale, and follow their kind of social links. So, the next one is Web3 Guy. Hello, Web3 Guy.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ask your question, please.
Okay, so actually my question. Hello.
Yeah, ask your question.
So actually my question about your swap. How can I earn auto compounding staking rewards, and what is the reward for participating in the yielding farm?
Well, I got the first part. I didn't get the second part. So the first part, how do you auto compound? Well, you don't have to. That's what's the great thing about auto compounding, is it automatically compounds for you. So our regular non-blue chip staking pools are anything that's not those blue chips. They can be auto compounded and set up to on that. It's just obviously on the staking platform. With the farms, you'll have to harvest and re-go where you need to go. But for the staking, when the regular OscarSwap staking pools that are not blue chips, you will have an automatic compounding feature on there if you would like or not. And then we also have the lock staking and adjustable staking. And then if you are, while you're earning the on that compounding, you can also do blue chip staking to earn blue chips at the same time. But they do not have auto compounding. Just the non-preferred staking pools will have that.
Okay, so my second part is what is the reward for participating in the yielding farm?
What is the rewards for participating?
Yes.
Well, we so like any traditional platform that offers yield farms, you'll pair your tokens into an LP, right? And then you'll put that and you'll put it in a farm to start earning yield. Well, you're going to be earning your LP reward fees from all the trading. Then you're also going to earn OscarSwap. You're going to earn Ethereum, and then you're also going to earn a stable coin like USDT. And that in turn right there gives you, for one, 3 rewards It incentivizes you to utilize your stablecoin for swapping and selling, and stake your OscarSwap for higher APYs and rewards for later on. It's just a good ecosystem that allows flow of OscarSwap token without as much sell pressure as other platforms have.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Web3, for your question and also stay tuned with them. So the next one is Ria. Hello, Ria.
Oh, am I audible?
Yeah, ask your question, please.
Okay, thank you. As a trader like me, the security of my funds is half paid, before taking any stake. So how much secure Oscar Swap is? What programmable technology and security developed by your team to build the platform very secure? Thank
I don't want to be rude, but I have no idea. The questions you asked, it was cutting out every other word.
Ria, could you please repeat your question once again?
you. Okay, as a trader like me, the security of my fund is my first priority. Even any DEX and exchange, how much secure Oscar Swap, what programmable technology and security developed by your team to build the platform very secure?
Oh, okay. So what are some of the features that we built in for security for traders? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I took me a second to get it, but I pieced it in there. So that's actually a really good question. And that's actually something that when I was first thinking about coming to market, what was my plan and how was I going to do this, right? And the first thing that came to mind was security. Over the last 2 years, there's been so many loopholes in security that, when someone says, oh, it's secure, I'm like, well, what'd you do? And so what I did is the first thing I did is I went and got solid proof to look at my contract, and they gave me the thumbs up. Then I went to Certec, they gave me the thumbs up. And then I was like, okay, well, that's good and dandy, but what else could I do to ensure more security? I went and got multi-sigged on my wallet, so not everybody thinks that I'm the only one in control of my money or of the platform's money, and that I can get hacked and stuff. Because that's the last thing is me being at home and somehow I get hacked on my computer, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I set that up. I also put a time lock on the contract, so if something does bad that happens in there, all our investors, all the people have 24 hours to make the decisions on what we need to do, lock in funds or whatever we need to do to make sure we secure the platform if anything happens. And then we also then built a an insurance fund. And so that if something does slip between all of those securities, right? And all of that still gets bypassed because not everything is foolproof and not everything is 100%. I don't care how good you are, but we all try to be that, right? And that's what I tried to do with the platform. I tried to make the platform as best it could and set that all up for that. So if something does happen, we have the treasury or the insurance funds to back up our investors if anything monetary gets attacked. So
Yeah,
it's security level on top of security level.
sir. Thank you, sir. Building, sir. Keep up the good work. Appreciate.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Ria, for your question. So the last one is Lucifer. Hello, Lucifer.
Hello. So my question is, what is the significance of layer 2 bridge technology in OscarSwap functionality?
Are you asking what is the layer 2 technology that we're using?
Yes.
Well, just the basic technology from Arbitrum is the layer 2, and why the reason why we went with Arbitrum versus like Ethereum, right? So I wanted to be able to have anybody from any economic standards be able to utilize the platform and earn and get yield, because the one issue is gas fees on top of gas fees on top of gas fees and front runner bots and all this crazy stuff going on Ethereum. And so we did, me and my and a bunch of my basically a bunch of my good friends, we laugh about how bad Ethereum is getting and how great Arbitrum is getting. So when I decided to make the platform, we sat down and decided this is where we're going to go with OscarSwap. And when I decided, okay, this is where we're going to go, we're going to do it like this, we realized OscarSwap was much more than just great low fees, but it also has the security backing of Ethereum being its main its main layer 2 and been built by the foundation with security in mind. And so I believe that was a good choice going with this versus any other of the layer 2. So the Arbitrum layer 2, in my eyes, is by far miles ahead than other ones.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Lucifer, for your question. I think you got your answer. So, sir, for now we need to wrap this segment. But before wrapping up, do you want to say something or any kind of advice or any important news you want to share to our community?
Best thing that I can say is do your own research. This is not financial advice, but come check us out. Come join our Telegram, read our socials, check out our documentation. And if you haven't seen that we've put in the time and effort and the work to build something special here, then you might be missing out on something. So, and I don't want that. So I'm not telling you to go be the next in line to go rush and buy and all like that, because what I always say is be smart with your money, but make sure that when you're being smart with your money, you're not allowing your money to not earn for you, because the last thing you need to do is have money just sitting there, not doing nothing for you. Make your money work for you. So come read our docs, ask some questions, meet some of the community members. We've got a good vibe and we'd love to have you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, sir, for your visit time to your community, and also people, as I said, like to know more about it, you can visit their open social link, and also don't forget people there about the pre-sale. So thank you, sir, once again for your time. Good day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.